How you doing there, folks? Welcome to another episode of the Tabs Folder Show. A lot of you know me. My name is Bruce. It's a little bit different setup for me. I'm working on my lighting on a new system. Camille, Praveen, welcome. Good to see you this week. You guys are looking good. Praveen, you're looking, or Camille, you're looking. Your lighting is perfect.
Thank you, Bruce. Thank you. Did some upgrades here in the studio, so thank you for noticing.
You got it. You got it. Like the shirt too. Like the shirt, guys. Today's going to be an interesting week because we have a little bit of I don't want to say a surprise, but let's say it's something interesting that a lot of you have been looking forward to and asking for, right? So let's jump right in and talk about that. Plus, there's some features. Really. There's some features that you guys have been looking for some comparisons to, which we'll cover also. So, without further ado, Camille, let's go ahead and show them what we have in store.
Sure. Let me just move my screen over here. So first, I wanted to give a quick demo of the tabs folders that we're working on. So let me add my screen to the stream here. There we go. So this is the new UI for tabs folders that we've been working on. As you see, it's a totally different layout. We have kind of the menu options on the left here with your plan, etc., and promo codes adding, importing from Magic, etc. All the menu items that used to be in the tabs folders menu item have in browser menu have been moved here. This is still, by the way, a beta kind of work in progress. We're just debugging the last item. So if something doesn't work in this demo, it's not a full release. We are planning for release this coming week, but well, let me get into the demo a little bit. So the new interface, there are a couple of things here. First of all, under Home, you have this recent tabs menu or recent tabs kind of bar, and you can minimize it or expand it. This recent tabs has basically the recent tabs that you're using in the browser. So let's say if we go to google.com, YouTube, and we open this in a new window, you see they're listed here. Now, why this is when this will come in handy is, let's say, if you have like 10 windows open and you're switching between the different windows, then you might get lost, like with the browser forward, browser back buttons, or window kind of switching between windows. Well, if you have a lot of windows, you might get lost. So previously used to have to type in into the tabs folders search bar. Just here, click here and type, let's say, Google. Actually, let me put this in another browser window just so I can demonstrate this. So here, you'd have to type Google, and tabs folders would list the window here, and then you could click it to activate the window. This, however, took quite a few clicks. So in tabs folders 2.0 / what I'll come to in a second, version 1.5. This will be automatically listed here in these recent tabs. So all you have to do is, if you got lost in your various tabs, you kind of can't find what you're looking for. You don't even have to really type anything to search. All you do is just activate tabs folders, and right away your list of the last 10 tabs that you clicked in any window will appear here, and you can just click on the one that you want to activate and get back to. So that's a quick time-saving feature that's coming up in folders 1.5. The whole screen has been redesigned from the just the tree views, that two tree views that we had here, with these recent tabs on top, as I mentioned. Something else that will be coming here, we'll have more options in this kind of bar here. Recent tabs, recently saved and accessed folders and windows, and etc. etc. As we add more features, we will be adding them to this, what you'd call, let's say, a quick access bar. If you use it, if you don't want to use it, the UI has been expanded, that basically you have these little arrows here that minimize and expand each part of the screen very quickly and easily, so you can customize the look and feel of tabs folders to how you want to use it. Then we've also added this information bar window here on the right. Same, you can also minimize and maximize it depending on whether you want the screen real estate. And this information bar currently has the information about the bookmarks, the folder or item. So it gives you kind of the size, when it was created, when it was modified. As you see, like, for example, the folder, it gives you the size that there's 2 items, it's a folder, and the information there. As next week, actually, we will have another little bar here, which coming up, the feature that we promised, and that will be notes. So right now, in next week, when you click on anything in this active window, the note field will appear just below here, and it'll show you, whatever notes you've added to this folder or individual bookmark, and you will be able to click a button to edit this note. So that's the notes feature that we are promising for 2.0. That'll be coming out next week with this release of tabs folders, this view. We are currently still deciding whether to release it as a beta, to release it to kind of a certain group of users to do more kind of extensive testing, because we have been doing testing in-house, but as you know, you can't do full test. You can't cover all the possibilities, let's say, with internal tests. So we may do a phased rollout, or we may decide to kind of roll it out early and see if we can get users' help from the general population to help kind of test it out fully as a full release. We will decide that actually next week. But coming back to show some more info about this interface, with each of the windows or the kind of panels, as I mentioned before, you can minimize and maximize each of the panels, including the actual the tree view panel right here. So if you only want to work, for example, with recent tabs, or that's all you want to look at, because you don't want to distract yourself, then you can only have this this panel open. But normally you'd actually have more these panels below as well here. And if you move this panel up, you have a bigger window to work with here with tabs folders. So those are main features of the new interface. It's a whole new UI with redesigned, folders, fonts, etc. Everything is redesigned in the UI as per user requests, and we hope that that you like this interface. It's something that took us a while to develop and redesign, and we have high hopes that users will be get to learn and use this new interface and get to like it a lot over the old interface that we're getting kind of comments on that the design is outdated, etc. So hopefully this will be satisfactory for our users to have a new look and feel. So those are the main items of this design. Like I said, in next week we're planning on releasing the interim 1.5 release, because we promised for the 2.0 release, which we were hoping to get released this coming week. But there's some things that still aren't fully ready, as in there's some bugs we are fixing. So we decided to do an interim 1.5 release to show that we're progressing on the features that we've promised, and to introduce users to the new UI so that they can slowly start getting used to how everything works, while we transition to adding the new features. Like I mentioned, notes, tags would be coming in about a week or two after notes, and then team folder sharing will be coming in about another 3 to 4 weeks after the labels and tags feature is released.
Praveen, you saw my face light up when Camille was saying that, right? 1, 2, 3. It's just like, wow, one thing after another after another. That was funny because I looked at you and then you looked at me. Camille, I have to say, so the one thing that stood out to me that was completely new is that bar up at the top where it said recent tabs, the almost like a favorites bar, right? And
yes.
I was thinking to myself, I was like, that could be bigger than I'm thinking, but I don't even remember talking to you about that. So to me, that's even more impressive because you could save that as like a micro workspace within your organization. Sorry. This new camera. Oh, that's funny. This new camera app. Anyways, I was thinking that recent tab could be a micro workspace within a given workspace. So there's even possibilities even with that. Or you could say, look, that's going to be, because it's customizable, we could even say, oh, I'm going to just make that, a team workspace. It's not a workspace technically, but I mean, you can organize it in whichever fashion that you want. I just thought that was interesting, right? Having those favorite links go across the whole.
So the recent tabs, Camille, is that just is that based on like, does that continuously update based on like the tabs that are open and then just like kick out any older tabs, like more than 5 or 10 or whatever it is?
So recent tabs is actually it clears every time you restart the browser. And what happens is anytime you switch to a tab in a different window or in the same window, you move to a different tab, it's updated right away. So it's the last 10 tabs that you've seen. I mean, if you haven't clicked on 10, it's 5 tabs. But as soon as you have more than 10, then the oldest one is thrown out and it's replaced with the last one you just clicked. Yeah.
So I think it would be a good option to see like if we were able to kind of pin something in that area.
So let me, as I mentioned, this recent tabs is the first kind of quick access bar. The next one will be things that you've saved recently. So it will be another menu bar, and that's folders, tabs, etc. that you've saved recently. And again, it'll be a list of 10. The third one will be starred items, which is favorites. So any folder or bookmark, you'll be able to add a star, and then it'll appear in that menu, so that you can have the current projects that you're working on, or the things you access every day. You will be able to add them to that favorites list. And those will not move. Again, the system will not remove them or update them. Those will be just the ones that the folders and bookmarks that you starred. And to remove them from that window, there'll be a little X to click X, and then it'll unstar that folder or bookmark. So I think it's what users were asking about the favorites. So we're adding favorites. We're just calling it starred. And it'll come out with the tags and labels release.
Right, because technically, if it wasn't the favorite bookmark to begin with. It wouldn't be your bookmark, right?
Yes, but it's more favorited folder.
Correct.
Example,
That's why,
right?
right? That's
Yeah.
why the nomenclature starred makes more sense.
Yes. Yeah. So that's the new interface, yeah. Well, we're very happy to finally have something to release and to show to our users. I will have to apologize that we had a bit of a delay. We had some reshuffling of team members that took us a while, delayed basically the 2.0 release, but we are.
That's the ebb and flow of business. Yeah.
Exactly. Slash, Google opened they bought 3 buildings for $700 million, very close to us, and now they're buying up all the developers in the area. So it's hard to compete with Google, but we managed to. We found a great team replacement, and now we're right back up to full speed. And the releases, the new features should be coming up at a much faster pace right now. But as I mentioned, we look to replace the team with people that will be with us for a long time and will generate high quality products. So as you know, that always takes a bit more time, but it's worth the wait. So our team is now back up to full speed and even more than full speed. So we're looking to get the upcoming kind of releases on the Chrome store a lot faster.
And to answer Ranveer's question, what is new? So to give a quick recap for everyone who's watching, there we go. So we've talked about the UI refresh, notes, tags, and quick access. So that's 5 things that we covered in today's preview. Guys, again, like I put in the notes down below, things are subject to change. We just want to give you a quick preview of things, where they were in terms of the progress. And Camille, it just seems like, A, you've been guys hard at work, and at B, at the same time, it's like, whoa, it's feels like it's a lot to just come forward at almost at the same time. I know it's spaced out. It's just one thing after another. I was like, oh, wow, that's bigger and impressive when you add accumulatively all of the features together.
Yes, and the UI refresh, the redo of all the things in the user interface was the thing that took us the longest, with graphic design and the UX, how it should work in the new interface to ensure that it's more user friendly. So that took us a long time to get right, because we didn't want to write something and then get feedback that it doesn't work because we didn't spend the right time planning and testing it out. So this took us a while to get done. So now all the designs are done, and we're just working through the feature set that we're releasing kind of in a stage released rollout, so that users can start using the main interface with its new look and feel, with notes like we mentioned next week, and then in 2 weeks tags and labels, starring, and then after that, about a month after that, we'll be releasing the whole team folder sharing, which was the kind of end goal for 2.0. And we have some questions from users, so perhaps we can answer some of those.
Sorry, there we are. So Chenna asks, do subfolders get notes or only the main folder?
Subfolders, folders, subfolders, and bookmarks. You can add notes to each item in tabs folders.
There we go. Thumbs up everywhere on that one. Chenna also asks, is recent tabs that related to the history and closed tabs, or only referring to currently open tabs?
It's currently open tabs because, basically it should disappear when you close the tab, because you won't be able to click on it anymore. Well, that's the approach we took, but maybe that's something to reconsider. That's a quick filter that we could change. That, let's say, if the tab isn't available, because basically it's working from your current open Windows and tabs folder. So when you close the tab, it disappears from the open Windows and tabs. But maybe we can expand that. But I guess we'll see that. Maybe we will change that for the next version. We'll see if we can, because it's late in the development cycle. So we'll see if we if we manage to squeeze it in for this release, that'd be great. If not, it'll have to be done in the labels and tags release, the update for this. So
maybe there can be some sort of a toggle option where the user can choose whether they only want the currently open tabs or to show like the last 10 history items, including open and closed tabs.
So you're thinking of a hybrid, and then B, maybe the option to also. Are you thinking of also including closed tabs only, and a hybrid model?
No, it'll be. My thought was, the toggle option would let you choose between only open tabs or open and closed tabs, but
yes,
including but just the last 10 or whatever number.
So I guess it could be called in options simply show closed tabs or not. Maybe a toggle too.
Yeah.
And then Justin Surges says, "Hey brother, does tab folder sync across browsers? It's been doing that since day one. That's one of the primary value props, VPs of tabs folders. So yes, welcome to the tabs folder family, because now we know you're going to have to buy, I don't know, maybe 10. There you go. Not Perfect. 1, but 10. But 10. You know, Justin, you're like, oh hell, let me bring out the pocketbook. Let me bring out the paycheck. Let me bring out the credit card. I know you, Justin. I know you. Okay, guys. Well, we should probably get back to the subject at hand, which we were talking about, which we've been putting off also for the last 1 or 2 shows, is the memory management. There we are. The memory management comparison of taking tab folders and applying it to different browsers, and see how aggressive or how is memory managed differently between each browser when they're using maybe their aggressive memory management for snoozing browser tabs compared to using tabs folders, and activating the Chrome extension snoozing feature. So let's jump into that. I know we're starting that 23 minutes in. Apologies, guys, but we'll get to it.
Yes, great. So in these demos, we're actually using the new version of tabs folders just to see how it performs and for debugging purposes. So I'll show you the clips. Let's start. We have the clips we have 2 versions of the clips. We have the short clips, which are about 1.5 minutes, and the long versions, which are about roughly 3 minutes. So I'll start with the short version just to see how it goes, and maybe then we'll switch to the long ones if there's more detail that users are asking for. So I'm starting off with Chrome. What will happen is that we show start of Chrome being loaded with no tabs open. We open the same tabs folders browser or tabs folders folder, which is the browser memory test folder, and it has quite a few windows and tabs in it. Then we go and show how much memory the browser starts using. Once it finishes loading all the tabs, we go back to tabs folders and click snooze on all the tabs, and we show the difference in memory usage for each browser. So let me start by opening up Chrome, and showing how it goes. So right here, Chrome is using about 1.13 gigabytes of memory with no tabs open. And we open with tabs folders. It's very simple, 2 clicks, and we're opening all the tabs and folders and subfolders. So it's about 15, 20 windows roughly. Now Chrome is working in the background to load all these windows, and as you can see, the mouse is right by the memory display, showing how much memory Chrome is using, how much system memory, and it's climbing up quite a bit. It will roughly settle just below 20 gigabytes. And then we jump back to tabs folders, click the snooze button, and go back to the memory display. And there's a slight error in snoozing, but it snoozed the tabs. As you see, we'll snooze again just to ensure all the tabs are snoozed and nothing left to do. So Chrome went from about 20 gigabytes down to 7 gigabytes of memory with tabs snoozed. So it's about a third of the savings with these particular tabs and browser windows. Now, if we jump to Microsoft Edge, let's show Microsoft Edge. So Microsoft Edge in the beginning is using a lot less memory because it's only using, basically it doesn't even show up on this, our tool which displays total memory used, because it was roughly around 200-300 megabytes. But as soon as we start opening all the tabs, the exact same ones that we open in Chrome, Microsoft Edge will show that it uses actually significantly less memory, which is surprising because it uses the same browser engine. However, it uses less memory for the same windows and tabs that were opened in Google Chrome. Microsoft Edge kind of peaks at around 10, 12 gigabytes, which is roughly half of what Chrome was using. So that's quite interesting that with all the windows and tabs open, Microsoft Edge uses less memory than Chrome. And when we go to snooze the tabs, it'll use even less. With all the tabs snoozed, it jumps down to about 1.5 gigabytes versus Chrome's 6 gigabytes with the tabs snoozed. So it's quite a big difference. If your computer doesn't have a lot of memory, it's a significant difference as to how much memory the browser uses. And as well, when you look at it going down from 10 gigabytes with the tabs open and loaded down to about 1 gigabyte, that's basically roughly a 90-95% savings, as we mentioned a couple of weeks ago on our tests. So that's when you use tabs folders to snooze your tabs, we save you around 90% of the memory that your browser uses. And the key point is that here in the videos where I'm actively clicking the in tabs folders, right clicking and snoozing the tabs manually. Tabs folders does that for you automatically. All you have to do is set that up in the options, and you say snooze after 30 seconds or 2 minutes, and all those tabs will be snoozed and managed for you by tabs folders, so that your computer is running more efficiently, less memory, it's running cooler, quieter, and faster.
Camille, it blows my mind that when tabs are snoozed on Chrome, it's 6.3, 6.4 gigs. But on Edge, it's 1.5. It's 400%. Is my math right? 400% more RAM usage. Snoozed tabs on Chrome compared to Microsoft Edge.
Exactly.
Oh my God, that means Google has done zero memory management on Google Chrome.
Yes, yes. I mean, well, we don't know why this is happening. We haven't, investigated that far to see what the causes are. But all the browsers have the same kind of snooze interface that tabs folders tells the browser to snooze this tab, and for some reason in Chrome it's taking a lot more memory, especially these windows. Like I said, with different websites, it could work out differently, but in this use case, it's surprising that Chrome is using that much more memory. I'll play the same thing with Brave. Brave's results are actually more similar to Edge's, Microsoft Edge, but let me play that video again. So starting out, Brave is already also using a lot less memory. It's 700 megabytes, so it's a lot less than Chrome. And Edge was using even less, like I mentioned, was around 200 or 300. So Edge seems to be the most efficient. Then Brave and Chrome seems to be the least efficient. But again, when we start opening the tabs, they're still loading. That's why the whole windows are saying untitled. So when we go back to display the memory usage, as you see, Brave is also going up there. It's around 4 gigabytes. And I think Brave went up to about 12 or 15. We can see it'll take a bit of time in the video to load all of these tabs and the memory, and for the memory to grow. But once Brave has completed loading all the tabs, we can see that it's like I said, it's halfway between Edge and Chrome. But again, tabs folders will significantly reduce the memory usage. Okay, I guess we jumped on the video. We didn't get the full video. Maybe I can play it. So we've reduced, we didn't get the full memory load, but basically Chrome was around, Brave was around 12 to 15 gigabytes. And we reduced the usage by snoozing with tabs folders down to 3 gigabytes. So again, significant, but as you see, Microsoft Edge went down with snoozing to 1.5 gigabytes roughly. Brave was at 3, and Chrome was at 6.5, 7. So it's a huge disparity that if you have a computer with 16 gigs of RAM or 8 gigs of RAM, that could be a huge impact on your performance, on the performance of the computer, and how quickly everything works, how efficiently. So you pick the browser that you choose. Tabs folders reduces the memory usage on every browser by snoozing automatically for you. So there's clear benefits to using tabs folders, that you get your money's worth for the laptop that you're using, because it basically runs a lot faster if you want to have a lot of tabs open. Then further, with tabs folders, you can also close all those tabs and save them to folders and subfolders, but that's a secondary benefit. If you close the tabs and they're not snoozed, your browser will use even less memory and be more efficient.
So basically, we now have empirical data that the results are from your browser tests. Microsoft Edge appears to be the best browser. With using tabs folders can get the best results, keeping your computer running as fast as possible, optimally, with the least amount of memory footprint as possible. So basically, your tests conclude, guys, everyone should switch over to Microsoft Edge and everyone should buy tabs folders. Otherwise, you have 90%, no, you have up to 400% more memory usage with Google Chrome.
Exactly. So not sure what Google is doing with their code, but right now it seems it's the least efficient on memory usage, and therefore it's not a browser to use if you have limited memory in your computer. So
before we wrap it up, Justin says, I haven't used Chrome in about 3 years, never missed it. I don't blame you. Like, I really don't blame you. Once I started playing with Edge, I noticed the speed increase on my computer. You know, I haven't looked back either myself. You know, with the exception of the occasional compatibility that you have to use Google Chrome for something. Chenna says, Edge got a similar sleeping tabs feature recently. Using tabs folders, we can get this cross-browser and avoid locking into a single browser. Right. You know, you can get the same efficiency regarding your memory management, as well as, you know, your tab syncing, folder syncing, notes syncing. But, you know, obviously the other browsers don't do notes, but I see what you're referring to. We don't have to be locked into one browser, but we still get the benefits of memory management that comes with tab folders, regardless of what browser you use. Yeah.
Yes. So we have the basic. We're improving, you know, your browser's performance and efficiency. Plus, we're adding more features that your bookmarks will have notes, labels, tags, etc., that you just can't do with your built-in browser bookmarks.
That was almost mind-blowing. Like,
thank you, Bruce.
I would have guessed it would have been 400%. Guys, we're gonna go ahead and start doing our giveaway. Let's see if I can bring it up real quick. Okay, let me go ahead and share my screen here. There we go. And the winner is Chenna. I think you won like 6 months ago, bud. We'll get you another code. There you go.
Chenna has been winning quite often, but we're glad he's on board with us and supporting us not only with tabs folders, using tabs folders, but also with being on our live streams. We are very glad to have you here. So congratulations, and I'll be sending you the codes that you won today over Messenger.
Cool. Guys, it was good seeing you again. And to everyone who was part of today's stream, don't forget, we have a lot of things coming up down the pipeline. We have, well, now I'm looking forward to the blog that will have, like, let's say, a table of a breakdown of memory usage as well as the benefits, like how much tabs folders can save depending on what browser you decide to use. But the ultimate results are, guys, use Edge and use tabs folders. Keep your computer running as fast as possible.
Sounds great. Thank you, Bruce. Thanks, everybody. It was great to demo the tabs folders 1.5 preview and the memory efficiencies that tabs folders helps your browser with. And looking forward to next week's live stream. Thank you for joining us.
Have a good one, guys.
Thanks. Have a good one. See you.